especially I'll direct to Carrie, it's a very bleak picture that you're painting. And my concern, and to be perfectly honest, I share a lot of the concerns. I don't think that we can trust a lot of the people in government in any branch. I think that there are very legitimate concerns about who we have in Washington right now and the way that they might manipulate anything that we do to try and govern ourselves. So I guess my question is what do you see as the alternative? My hope is that by convening a new convention, an amendment convention, it would at least demand the respect of the folks in Washington. But if we're not going to do that, how do you propose that we rein them in?
Thank you. First off, I don't want to repeat the whole thing, but you know, and I don't want to be mean, but when your organization does the grassroots work it takes to put people to fight these things, you'll have Phyllis Schlafly's perspective on this. And that is, if it's bad, if the outcome is bad, you have to then pay for it. Right now, I don't think the people looking at pushing this are really weighing that perspective. These are legitimate perspectives and their differences, and it's because of the nature of the organizations that are lined up on both sides of it. I think the way you get Congress to respect you is to get them out of Congress and replace them with people who will respect the people back home and respect the Constitution. That's the only way to get their attention.
Dan Saxon, you have a question?
Yeah, I want to tell you how to do that. If you have your pencils, on the average, and these are the 2000 census figures, there are 650,000 people in the congressional district. Of those, 470,000 are eligible to vote. Of those, 325,000 register to vote. Of those, 240,000 actually vote in a presidential election. So of those, 120,001, a simple majority determines who wins and holds that House seat. On the off years, it drops down to 170,000, 85,000, and one determining who wins. So when I mentioned earlier about developing a sufficiently informed electorate, I didn't mean we had to educate everybody, just 80 to 100,000. And if we just have 1,000 people actively working to educate their friends, neighbors, and relations in a district, that's 100,000 voters, enough to turn the tide in an election. And you can see me afterwards on the game plan.
Thus, the Tea Party, you know?
That's right.
Okay, do you have a question, maybe Tim, Representative Tim, or Paul? Somebody throw out another one there.
I think we should go to audience questions.
Okay, let's go ahead with the front row here. We have Margaret Hannenberg representing, I heard the people say, did you have a question or a statement that you want to come to the mic with, or you want to wait, or your husband maybe?
It's Margaret Walker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good though.
Walker.
Sure, I'll ask a question, maybe a point question. Do I even need to use this?
Yes, but then lift it up a little bit.
Oh, very good.
Just pull up on it. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
First off, I thank you all for your time. I probably turned that off, didn't I?
No.
Is it still working?
No, you didn't.
They quit working.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
I thank you all for your time. I thank everybody for coming here. I'll give you an analogy, all right? I see consensus among all of you about there are major problems. And here's the question. You don't even have to respond to it, but it's for everybody. There's a doctor, and the doctor constantly kills patients, okay? Who here would go to that doctor and be examined? Well, right now we have a Congress that's doing that. And that's why I'm in agreement with this can't even be considered. There's another tack to be taken, and that's my point. No questions.
Okay, thank you. Barbara, would you come to the mic and tell us your organization and if you have a statement or a question?
Well, I'm with Sullivan 912, but I'm not speaking for, Sandra will speak for Sullivan
Okay.
912. I'm also Campaign for Liberty, and
Very good.
and I represent Leesburg area.
Awesome.
Okay? Laura Haslaughton is the one who is the Crawford County coordinator.
Okay.
And I just work Leesburg.
Glad to have you.
Okay. With all the all the problems that we have with the Congress. And we don't feel that we're gonna get anywhere. And the president seems to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm just wondering if we do go to a convention and it really turns out bad. I'm really for a convention, but I agree with Paul that it really needs to be done right, that we can do that. But if we go to the convention and because of something, you know, we think, what will this president do now? He's already done so much with the regulations. He's gone around our Congress. How